Welcome to another Brothers Weekly Wrap, number 23 this week. Today we come to you with a couple of mixed emotions. Unfortunately for the A-grade side, our season has come to an end. It was a case of so close, yet so far. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get the result we needed on the weekend, although we had a nice win against Suburbs, 36 points to 26. With Roos having defeated Mossman the night before in Mossman in a pretty close game. We're left with having to defeat Suburbs by 25 points or more. We give ourselves every opportunity. We played pretty well for about 70 minutes of the match. But full credit to Suburbs, it was do or die for those guys as well. And when we got out to an 18-point lead, we sort of dared to dream a little, but as I said, full credit to Suburbs. They fought back and reduced the margin to only 10 points, so they were able to jag the fifth and final playoff position on for and against. Theirs was a touch better than ours. So that left Tully, Innisfail, Yarrabah, Kangaroos and Suburbs to fight out the first grade competition for the remainder of 2014. As I said, it's mixed emotions. We're really building towards the end. I think out of the last 10 games we'd had 7 wins and we had an average score line of 37 to 19. So we're really building towards something special, and unfortunately we just fell a touch short. So our attention will obviously turn to 2015 and we'll be keen to make amends as soon as we possibly can. The rest of the club though, it's not all doom and gloom. We've got reserve grade, C grade and under 18s all through to the semi-finals, which is a fantastic effort from the club, and shows the depth that we do have within the club. And it's all positive for those guys. So this week, reserve grade will meet Mossman in the playoff between second and third. Winner to go through to play Innisfail for the right to go straight to through to the grand final. Our under 18s will meet Yarrabah also on Sunday in the playoff between 4th and 5th. And our C grade side, they'll actually play Friday night against Edmonton again at Vico Oval, home of Kangaroos, in the playoff between 2nd and 3rd. If they win, then they'll meet Mareeba the following week for the right to go straight through to the grand final. So the boys are all pretty keen. We've got numbers of training there last night, and the attention certainly focused towards a couple of positive results this weekend. From the weekend just gone, remiss me not to mention also the lower grades. C grade played on the Saturday out of Ivanhoe's against Edmonton in what was a catch-up game, and they were able to have a nice win there, which was good to see. I think both of those sides have pretty much got each other figured out. They've played each other 4 times in a row now, heading into the finals, so they should have each other's game plans and little idiosyncrasies pretty much worked out, and should be a good game there Friday night. Our under 18s, they had their first game in 4 weeks for a couple of byes and then a couple of forfeits, so it was fantastic to see those guys hit the field and they really hit the ground running. It was about 42 points to 8 victory over Suburbs, so got the day off to a pretty good start for the club, and I'm sure those guys are going to be much better for the run when they meet Yarrabah on Sunday in what will be a pretty good game. I imagine they've had a couple of good matchups so far this year, and this Sunday's going to be no different for sure.
Thanks referee, linesmen, ball boys and players.
Reserve grade. Frustration really got the better of reserve grade, as they have been all year. When they put it together, when they hold on to the football and complete their sets, they're very good to watch. But the days when the ball doesn't quite stick can become quite frustrating, and again they're their own worst enemies on the weekend. I thought Suburbs reserve grade really stood up and played really well, and they were able to come home with the win. But fortunately for our guys, they had that bit of comfort up their sleeve where they could afford to drop a game and still be playing finals football this weekend, which is the case. So Bondi's got the boys primed for a big effort this week. A couple of selection headaches for both Squiddy with C grade and Bondi for reserve grade. Obviously the amount of players that they've used through the year, everyone's keen to get a jersey come finals time, and when you've used 80 players in reserve grade and 60 players in C grade, there's a lot of guys who are keen for a run, but unfortunately they're going to miss out just purely to the weight of numbers. So a couple of pleasant headaches for those guys coming up, and no doubt they'll put their best side on the paddock, and if we can put it together this weekend, keep the ball in hand, concentrate on all those little things and be prepared to grind out a win and not win it in the first 10 minutes, then I'm sure we're going to have 3 positive results this weekend. The A-grade game, as I said, it was a good little contest. We played 70 minutes of really good footy. We were a little bit scrappy there for a couple of minutes where defensive intensity probably dropped off a touch, but that went hand in hand with Suburbs stepping up in intensity as well, and allowed them in for those couple of points. I've got to make a special mention to Nathan Trail. He's been really good for us a couple of games that he's played in A-grade this year. He's still only a 17-year-old kid, and he's got a pretty bright future. He heads off down to the Cowboys at the end of this season, where he'll take up a position with their under-20s squad. So he's got a pretty big future. He bagged a hat-trick on the weekend, which was fantastic to see. There were shades of Ronaldo in there as he was grabbing the ball forward to score his third. But I also thought Eddie Daniel again was dangerous every time he touched the ball. You know that you're in some good form when the opposition's constantly name dropping you, and that was certainly the case with Eddie on the weekend. They knew that he was a strike weapon for us, and he certainly didn't let us with a few points scored out on the right edge. Clifton Tildora's turned back the clock the last couple of weeks. He had another good game. He's got a good ability to get on the outside of his opposite man and create some space, and he did that again on the weekend. But I've really got to take my hat off to our forwards through the middle of the pack. Sabres have got a fantastic forward pack, and I really thought we matched them on the weekend, and they really laid a platform for our wins. So a big thanks to Latu Fafita dropping back, Tony Schaaf who played a half of reserve grade as well, and then backed up A grade, was fantastic for us. And young Lockie Parmenter out on an edge, big minutes, and Adam Kelly who's playing some good footy at the moment. And I guess we'd like to take the opportunity to thank Jimmy McIntosh. He's had a big going on the last couple of weeks, and the effort that he's put in to make himself available for games, and the effort he's gone through to be there. I'd like to say a big thanks for all your hard work through the year. Thank you, and if you can, make sure you get down to Vico Oval for our C-grade clash against Edmonton, 8:15 on Friday night over at Vico Oval. Otherwise, we'd love to see you down at Barlow Park on Sunday for the first week of the semi-finals to cheer on our under-18s and our reserve grade side. Matches are from 10 o'clock, and hopefully we've got beautiful weather and a great day of footy ahead. So until next week, go the fish.